Instead of being addicted to a meaningful goal that will benefit your life, you're addicted to cheap dopamine. Instead of waking up ready to attack your day, you grab your phone, frying your brain first thing in the morning. This was how my life used to be. I would wake up and immediately hop on Instagram or TikTok while I was eating my breakfast. And then I had to go study. You can probably guess it didn't go too well. So if you are watching this, you are probably in a similar situation to the one I was in. Now there are two approaches to this. You can simply uninstall every single app on your phone and make a drastic change, or you can make a gradual change and slowly improve. It's up to you to choose which one you prefer. I did like a mix and match. I outright uninstalled TikTok because it was the most addictive. So here's how to properly do a detox. Firstly, you need to silence all of your notifications, since you're probably going to keep at least one or two apps on your phone because you want to keep communicating with people. At least turn off the notifications. And you need to have the mindset that you're only going to go on those apps when you actually need to use them. This will prevent you from getting distracted from your work or getting sucked into something that doesn't serve you. So turn off Instagram, turn off Snapchat, email if you don't need it for work. You can also just keep your phone on do not disturb all the time, so I don't want to hear any excuses. Next, you have to set a time limit on the apps you didn't uninstall and respect it, okay? I swear every time I see someone have a time limit pop up on their screen, they just hit ignore. So if you are going to place a time limit on the apps, make sure you respect the time limit, okay? When the notification pops up, simply click OK and go do something else. Go read a book. You can also place a reminder on your phone 60 or 30 minutes before going to bed. That way you will more easily fall asleep. I have mine set to 10:30 p.m. because by 11:30 I want to be asleep. But seriously, do not use your phone after you are tucked into bed for two big reasons. Firstly, all the blue light from the phone that's hitting your eyes, it will make you reduce your sleepiness effect. So you won't be able to fall asleep as easy once you do get off your phone. And secondly, at night, time just seems to fly by. Okay, so if you are locked in your room and no one is bothering you, it's very easy to just hop on your phone at 12 a.m., right? And then all of a sudden, the next time you check the clock, it's already 1:30. 1 hour 30 just went like that. So do not use your phone after you're already tucked in. Now, the most painful parts of the process: uninstall the apps. At this point, you have to be honest with yourself. Which apps do you have control over and which ones control you? As I said in the beginning, for me, TikTok is a non-negotiable. You have to uninstall it because it's a purely consuming directed app. And before I hear any objections, don't sit here and act like you have the willpower to keep certain apps from your phone, because it was that exact same willpower that got you to where you are right now. You may want to keep Instagram and say that you'll only use it to talk with people and keep in contact with your friends, and I understand, but I guarantee you one way or another you will end up scrolling on the Reels page. You know why? Because the app is made to do that. So let's address the elephant in the room: YouTube. You obviously use it, and I obviously use it as well. Now, YouTube is a social media, okay? It's a way for you to interact with other people. It's a way for you to consume content, and it can be dangerous. In my opinion, the reason YouTube is different from the other apps is that you can actually learn quite a lot by consuming the content that is here on YouTube. There are so many valuable videos out there, podcasts that are 2-3 hours long. And if you're on that side of YouTube, if you're consuming that type of content, then I do believe it will be beneficial for you. But if you're spending 1 or 2 hours a day watching YouTube shorts, then you should probably uninstall it. Once again, you just have to be honest with yourself. Do you have the willpower to control your activities on these apps, or are you just gonna end up scrolling over and over again? Now, one of the consequences that I experienced when I went through this process is that I felt more lonely, and you will probably feel too if you go ahead with this. And it's simply because, you're used to spending 3, 4, 6 hours on your phone, and every single time you're using your phone, you're connecting with other people, right? Maybe if you're consuming TikToks, you're constantly watching people talk, and it's an interaction. It's one-sided, but it's still an interaction. If you're messaging people, it's the same thing. It's an interaction. You also won't be keeping up with new trends, So for example, I vividly remember, I think it was like a month ago, I got to college and all of my friends were making jokes about, what was the name? It was Hawk to a podcast. It was something stupid, right? And apparently it's like a meme that's gone viral on Instagram. And I had no idea, right? I just got to college and it was like I had entered a different world. Everybody knew about this and I didn't know. So, some people may be affected by that and they may feel disconnected from their friends. But let's be honest, you're not really missing out on anything important. Everyone can stop using their phone for 3 days and then relapse into all of the bad habits again. But that's really not what we are aiming for here. So what we really want to do is create a healthy relationship with your phone. So place your phone in a way you feel bored when using it, but it's tolerable. You know what I mean? It's tolerable to live like that for a month or maybe even a year. And I've seen this pattern over and over again. People will do a dopamine detox. They will uninstall Instagram, TikTok, Snapchat, Facebook if you use it, whatever. They'll uninstall everything, right? And they'll spend 1 day, 2 days, 3 days like this. And then they will just quit because they can't take it. It's too hard. The benefits don't outweigh the consequences. And don't be too drastic, because your brain is used to receiving a certain amount of dopamine. Just because you remove those activities from your day, it doesn't mean your brain will stop getting that craving. Your brain is still gonna get that craving. He's simply gonna try and get that dopamine from another sources. One thing I experienced was when I uninstalled TikTok from my phone completely. Before that, I was spending 3 to 2 hours a day on it, every single day. So it was a big shock to my dopamine system. And once again, my days felt a little bit gray, and I realized that I was spending more time playing video games than I was before. So what my brain unconsciously did was, okay, we can't get dopamine from this source, but this source is still available, so let's simply spend more time here. Your plan doesn't have to be a 5-day plan, it can be a 1-year plan. You can quit one app this month, and then the next month you can quit another app, and you'll gradually, slowly, make changes like that. The one thing that is preventing you from living the life you want is your own mind. Essentially, we are learning how to be humans again. And that is everything I have for you today. I seriously hope you enjoyed the video, and thank you for sticking till the end. Love you, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace out.